Bob was not your average handyman. When he signed up to fix things around the small town of Wobbleton, no one knew that they were in for more than they bargained for. With an ancient toolbelt passed down from his great-great-grandfather and an array of tools that seemed to have a life of their own, Bob approached every job with unparalleled enthusiasm. Too much enthusiasm, if you asked his clients. One sunny morning, Mrs. Henderson called Bob to fix a leaky faucet. Bob arrived in his characteristic style, skidding to a halt in front of her house in his colorful van adorned with slogans like "Perfection is but a screw away." He bounded out of the van and assured her, "Don't you worry, Mrs. Henderson. I'm here to make your faucet flow as smoothly as a river." Within minutes, Bob transformed the kitchen into a battlefield. Tools were strewn everywhere, wrenches hanging from the chandelier, spanners balancing precariously on stacks of plates, and his power drill making occasional guest appearances at wrong intervals. Bob, operating with what could only be described as unrivaled zeal, mumbled to himself, "This faucet won't know what hit it." He twisted and turned, contorted into impossible shapes, trying to get the right angle. Somewhere between the 7th and 8th minute of this acrobatic plumbing, Mrs. Henderson began to regret her decision. Finally, it seemed Bob had struck gold. "Got it," he exclaimed with the victorious note of a Roman general. Water gushed forth, not from the faucet, but from several other unexpected places. The sink, cupboards, and perhaps most alarmingly, the ceiling. Mrs. Henderson's eyes widened as if watching a cascading waterfall form in her kitchen. "Bob," she shrieked. "Oh, that's just the preliminary test," Bob assured her calmly, though his boots were now submerged. Bob's handiwork didn't just end with Mrs. Henderson's kitchen. Each of his ventures had a similar, somewhat catastrophic flair. Fixing Old Man Jenkins' roof led to a small-scale indoor rainfall. Repairing the broken swings at the local park transformed them into catapults that launched kids into giggling fits. Even the mayor's request to rewire the town's Christmas lights ended up in a synchronized pyrotechnic show that could be seen from 3 towns over. The town of Wobbleton, despite, or perhaps because of Bob's trail of chaos, held a special place for him in their hearts. Every time things went awry, they knew it was Bob adding his unique touch of overzealous charm.